some faces. So don't be shy. Open up your camera, say hi, share with us some success story. Lily, good morning.
Good morning anh Huy.
Yep. Yeah, I think while we wait for May, she's gonna take 5 minutes. I really want to start the two-step production training by sharing some success story. I think your story will help a lot other people. Whenever you're working on the same problem or have similar background. So Amanda, yeah, I can start. So one of my success story is I actually got a list, a house. I'm pretty excited for my client because we're able to get it for like what, a condo for $100,000. Can you believe it? In Memorial, and we are able to lease it out if my calculation is correct. $1,300, for $100,000 condo. So hard enough. Deal is still out there. I have a flip that is closing, a listing going to contract. I purchased my first commercial building last week, and my group is growing. We are bringing on 10 people this month, so a lot of business, guys. There's an economy, and there's your economy, and I would encourage everybody to focus on your own economy because that is the only thing that you can control. If you're not speaking, go on mute so that way we don't have any feedback, and that might affect the speaker. Anybody have any success story that they would like to share before we start?
I can share.
Please,
Hi everyone,
Elva.
this is Elva. Hope everyone have a warm day today. It's really cold outside, by the way. So my success story is past week. What did we do? I got under contract for a very nice house in the Heights.
Ooh, congratulations.
Yeah, and then buyer was super easy. We just saw 2 houses and just locked out the deal. And it's that's like a angel buyers, I would call them. And then I'm having a lease coming up for a client of mine, and like we share, we have a flip that is selling, closing hopefully this week.
You on mute, Elva.
I'm sorry, the whole time. Can you
No,
hear me?
no, not the whole time. Yeah,
Okay, I don't know why I just switched. Yeah, and then we have a lease coming up, and we are having a flip that is selling hopefully this week, right? And then we have a new flip coming up. Hopefully another flip will hit the market next week. So a lot of exciting moments to share, and looking forward to this week and next week. Oh, and then we have another event. I think it's this Saturday, right? Coming up in Austin. So hopefully we'll see some familiar faces this weekend in Austin.
Awesome. Cool. Thank you, Elva, for sharing. May, are you ready to go on?
Yes, I am ready. Sorry, I have a little technical issues, but I'll set my video up really quick. All right, I got it. Good morning, everyone. Good morning, Team Legacy. How are you doing? It's freezing today.
Doing good, May. Thank you for doing the training today. Super excited to hear about you. So for those that you know, May has been with EXP for 3 years, right, May, I believe?
4 years,
4
going
years.
up to 4 years, yes.
4 years, and to my surprise, within the past four years, although 2 or 3 of the year is part-time, you're able to achieve, what we call an icon status, while working part-time, with kid, with the husband, with everything life is throwing at you, but you're able to maintain a very high production record. So congratulations to that. And today I cannot wait to hear from you on the course for 2024. And if you don't mind, I'm gonna have it recorded. I can use it as a training material for the group, so that way we can always, refer back to your knowledge. So May, by all means, it's all yours.
Absolutely. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for everyone to tuning in today. It's just a cold day, and I hope that everybody is being warm and cozy at home. I know that we have so many amazing super successful real estate agent here in this Zoom. So let's make it about, sharing your experience. Maybe I'm gonna share about what I've learned, what I realized so far, what is really working for me right now, especially in the recent months. And then if you have something to share, I'd love to bring you on board, maybe at the end, and you can also, share what is working for you, because when it comes to lead generations, our topic for today, it's just 100 ways of lead generations, right? Some can work for you better than working for me. So maybe if you share your experience, that would be amazing. And we can be so much collaborative when it comes to helping each other and sharing. So okay. Do you mind if you switch the host function to me, Hui, so I can share my screen?
You should be able to see the share screen button.
I got it. Okay. Yep. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Right. Present full screen. Okay, let me see how I can. No, not yet. Sorry guys, 1 second. Let me try to pull up
Don't worry. Take your time.
presentation again. All right, let me see. I'm not sure it's right. Present. Okay, I got it. Sure.
There you go.
Okay, is it up?
Yeah.
Yay. Okay, so this training is back to the basic on lead generations. How do we all master the core, or the core principle of real estate? Sometimes it's a good reminder for us to go back to the basic and keep it consistent, and that will definitely drive results, because the market is been changing, and it's hard to just stay focused, because it can be slower, clients can be harder for us to work on, but if we have a strong foundation when it comes to the core principles of real estate, I do believe that good results will come. All right, so a little bit about me for who have not, got a chance to who I haven't got a chance to meet with. I am 4 years in real estate with my background in accounting. I got my MBA from the University of Houston. I've been three times Icon. I was a capper in my first year, and then was able to be part of top 3% at EXP the 3 years after that. I also have an amazing group of agents here together under Team Legacy with over 100 agents here, and we're all about collaboration and growing together. Also a founder of the sales team that I just established, just started the end of last year, and it's called Real Town. I am also a mom of 2, so I know how crazy it can be in, these days with these days with boys and girls staying at home without school. But this is very much about me, and I love to connect with everyone today as well. All right. So first of all, I would kind of want to touch base on what you really need to be successful, because if you Google and if you go online or go into real estate community groups, one of the most common questions that you will see is what lead generation or what is the paid lead generation is really working for you. Here's the thing. So there's so many lead generations methods, platforms, but what I realized really working for me and for all the successful agents right there is to have the right foundation and the right mindset first. So what do you need to be prepared before you start listening and start doing all the lead generation? So what I can see right here is a strong mindset of how you know what successful mean for you, why you're doing this, why are you in real estate, how do you try to be consistent? Because, real estate, lead generation, they can so many ways, but if you don't be consistent, then it's going to be a waste, because you can try posting video for 1 day, 2 days, 1 week, 2 weeks, and then for the third week, you don't see any result. You start feeling discouraged and you stop doing it. So another important mindset that I see a lot of successful agents do is to be consistent at what they're doing. Pick something, pick your niche, and be consistent. Also, don't be afraid to be different. Nowadays, especially for news agents, I can see that when you go to social media, it can be so many clamorous when you come to social media. Somebody is closing double, triple deals, production of 10 mil, 20 mil, and that could be a little intimidating. But let's just take a step back. Look at where you at, because you cannot compare your chapter 1, chapter 2 to somebody chapter 20, 30, 50. So don't afraid to be different, to be you, because that's how you connect with your clients, with your sphere of influence. And let's be focused. And I even catch myself guilty of this, because with life going on, there can be a lot of things go left, and it's important to be focused in what you're doing. Get your goals. And I have my sheet of, just a single sheet of 2024 goal setting. If you want, feel free to send me a message, and I'd love to share with you. And then that's kind of keep me accountability for every single day with my schedule. So I'm gonna focus on a certain task that I'm gonna do for each day, and I will make sure that I finish those tasks at the end of the day. Just the process is very important. I started out about 4 years ago, and that was when the market was really good. With, right after the COVID, easy to buy, easy for a seller to sell, right? So now the market is changing, and it's harder for us to convert lead to buyer. It's harder for us to sell a listing. It's harder for us to, get the house leads with the right tenant, even, because so many scammers nowadays. Everything seems to be harder. Lead generation is harder. Closing rate is harder now. So how do we keep us sane and keep us going? That would be just the process, because you can do so much, but if you don't have a trust in you and don't be focused, then you may feel very, very discouraged. And the next thing you will realize is you're gonna find something else to do, get distracted, procrastinating. So I would say just the process, and good result will come. And good result come, it's gonna take time, because everything gonna need time to build. Relationship need time for us to build as well. So build a good trust in yourself, and believe that if you keep going, then something good will be at the end of the road. Important as well. So when you talking to somebody else, let's try not to see that person as a potential lead or a potential closing for you. Instead, let's honor that as a relationship. So relationship over sales is also important, because sometimes we can be desperate to close the deal, to make the deal happen. But let's also think of that as a relationship. We are in the relationship-based business. Another person who decided to work with us is the one that feel related to us, is the one that feel like, oh, they have Tom is amazing. He seemed very knowledgeable. He helped me when it comes to anything that related to real estate. So let's keep on the relationship and not because, oh, let's just work with Tom, just try to get another deal from me. So it's important for us to build on relationship and keep it at the base of our business. I'm sure that a lot of us already know that we have to build our pipeline, as you know, how we, for any lead, if you want to have a closing in, let's say, 3 months, you know that you're supposed to work on that lead maybe right now. 3 months, 6 months in advance. And that's called the pipeline of how we're gonna plan our closing for, you know, if you want a paycheck coming in next month or April or May, then you have to start working. What are you doing right now to bring in the result? So having a strong pipeline is gonna help you in the long term, and you don't have to feel desperate or nervous because there's nothing coming up. And last but not least, I would say, as you know, every single of us, when we get into real estate, we may not be so serious at first. We may think, oh, let's just try out real estate and see if it's a right fit or is it a good fit for us. But keep in mind that, you know, if you get into real estate, you have to treat it as a business. You have to come up with your brand. You have to come up with your the color of your brand. You have to be consistent. You have to have your schedule, have your time block, because if not, then not surprised, but you will not be able to make the paycheck at the end of the day, because if you lack of your responsibilities and if you not treat this as a real business and you are your own boss, the entrepreneur of this business, you're gonna feel very demotivated at some point. So that would be somewhat some of the mindset that I feel like I realize that most of the successful agents have in their business. And me, myself, I am still working on this list, and that's what I love to share with you all. All right. So the next slide is gonna be, are you ready for the today topic of lead generations? Again, there's 100 ways of them, but are you ready? Are you, when you go into the explore, let's say a new adventures, do you have your backpack full of tools and equipment and what need to be in order to be there and explore what you have? So first thing first, social media is everything. I was able to grow my very first base of clients based on social media. So are you presenting on Facebook? Are you is your brand on Instagram? Are you on LinkedIn? YouTube, later on, I'm gonna share with you, is an amazing way of lead generation as well, and it could be very easy to get started. Google, he had a successful story to share earlier this week of how he got he attract another investor through his Google page. And surprisingly, a lot of us, when we think of Google, it's like, oh, it's a search engine, and you go to Google Maps to search for, you know, ways to get to a certain place, right? But keep in mind, Google is another form of social media, and it's important for us to be on Google as well. And how you're going to do it, and later on, I'm going to share with you as well. Also, any of us, if you're part of EXP, we have amazing bonus, a lot of referrals, relocation certificate, REO certificate, a lot of certificate that you can qualify, express offer, that if you got certified with EXP through these programs, then you're gonna receive their lead coming from the program as well. And of course, there's a split, but it's another way for you to build your pipeline and grow your client base. Also, I love KV Core, and for this year, my goal is to maximize the advantage of KV Core, of how you can capture lead, generate more leads through KV Core. KV Core is our CRM system where we keep track and nurture our client base. So if you have everything of this, or if you have at least, half of this, then, congratulations, you're on the right place. So let's keep going on. And if there are things that you want to continue to build, feel free to let me know if you have any questions. Oops. Uh-oh. Let me go back. Everyone still see my screen?
You still good, mate?
Oop. Oop.
There you go.
Okay, is my
Yep.
screen back? Okay. All right, let's keep going on. So what I want to touch base on some of the free lead generation first, that, free for all of us. We can get started right now today. And first of all, everyone, let's all keep 4 pillars of lead generation at all time. So sphere of influence, SOI, is one of the pillar that should always be in one of your 4 pillars of lead generations. You cannot focus and have only one way of lead generations, because when that pillar is dry, then your business is dry. So keep at least 4 pillars of lead generation active, running at all time. And sphere of influence is one of them. Sphere of influence would be your current network, your friends, families, friend of friends, your neighbors, and you always should position yourself as a helpful resource, and emphasize your willingness to answer questions without any obligation. You're going to come in and build the relationships with anyone around your life as a source of being a helpful person, even with, random questions about tax, random question about, do you know a plumber, questions about, do you know a gutter guy? Somebody reach out to me asking for, do you know any gutter guys? Because he knows that when he has a question when it comes to real estate related, how related, then he knows that he can reach out to me and he can ask those questions. And from there, he, whenever the right time comes when he need to buy and sell, then I will be the first one who come up into his mind when it comes to choosing a real estate agent. So I want to kind of step in and be in a circle of any of my sphere of influence and present myself as a real estate gal who gonna be there and help them anything that they need when it comes to real estate related. And again, prioritize connections over sales. Things take time, and if you build your business based on relationship, it's gonna go a lot longer and farther that way. I have client who just recently working with me, but we've been friends, or we've been hanging out for at least 2-3 years, and then within the short period of 6 months, there could be 3-5 transactions. And if I don't take my time to honor the relationship, to build the relationship in the last couple years, then there's no way that that person gonna reach out to me, because there are, I don't even know how many agents are there in Texas, or is in the United States in general. It's just a lot. Your cousin, your friends can also be a real estate agent. So why do a particular person want to work with you instead of their cousin, their brother-in-law? So you have to kind of build your niche, your knowledge, and of course, establish a really strong relationship. Agents referrals. This is something that I feel a lot of us forgot about, and that's why I want to bring it first, and it's pretty important as well. So recently I got a few referrals from agents, either from out-of-state clients or from loan officers. So what I realized that I did is I built just with fellow agents, whether it's going to be on social media or it's going to be from networking events. So I love to connect with agents in different areas and maybe study about them. If they are good, I would, prefer them. When somebody come in and ask, do you know any good agent in Colorado? Then I know, oh, that agent in Colorado is really good because I study there. I follow them, I study, I talk to them, and I know that he he or she is legit and they're strong. So in return, they will think of me when it comes to choosing a real estate agent in Houston. So just the more agents that you're able to establish. I know this guy from college, he moved to California, got his license in California, and then he's been referring me at least 3 clients that he know in Houston, but he couldn't help because he in California. So now he started, because he know me from college, so now we work together for that particular clients. So don't forget to build your relationship with other agents because that can be your next referral coming in. Oh, so quickly, as part of EXP, we have Workplace, which is a Facebook page for all of our EXP agents. There's so many referrals flowing on there that, you know, people can come in. I am in the Texas referral group. I got client from here. Just be, you know, somebody looking for agents in, for example, Fort Worth, Houston, and then if you're able to connect with them immediately, you know, you already win a lead. And because we in together with one brokerage, it's so easy when it comes to the process. So just something that you should take advantage when it comes to what is already available for EXP agents. All right, so next coming up, I'm gonna touch base on most of the lead generation that I felt like many of us don't focus on, and that would be connect with the vendors. Sometimes as a real estate agent, we feel like we should connect the most with, you know, clients, potential clients, prospects, but don't forget to also reach out to your vendors. Vendors can be title, could be lenders, and you can have multiple referral lenders because just like you, sometimes you are really good at working with first-time home buyer. You really work good working at VA clients. But you know, it's hard to find somebody that good with everything. So even with the lenders, some lender is excellent when it comes to working with first-time home buyer, FHA. Some preferred lender can work really good at VA. Some if you have like Hispanic speaking clients, you have to have a Hispanic speaking lender because that helps with the communication process. You also should be able to have a few inspectors to connect with. Builders. Builders are the one that gonna send you what is currently what is news, what is the current incentive, what is the current offer that, you know, you can share it to your clients, and that also give you potential content when it comes to growing on social media. Your neighborhood, are you winning in your neighbor? Are you going to local events in your neighbor? Are you going to the gym in your neighbors? And are you connecting with other vendors when it comes to your own neighborhood? And then there's a professional avenue, college friends, college, going back to school, being a speaker, being part of alumni, community events. Book clubs, dog walkers. I heard this story of an agent who loves dogs, and she is just part of a neighborhood community when they bring in dogs, and she walks dogs around, and she actually, you know, win a client from one of her friend in the neighborhood who need help with walking their dogs. So look out and see what would be your network and try to maximize all of that. Database is something that we always have to work on. If you are new, you can start with your database of 10 people. Later on, as you get into real estate, you can build your database to 20, 30, 100, 200, 500, but you always have to continuously build your database because that's just where you're gonna be able to earn business. And currently, I keep my database on KV Core, the CRM system that we have. And from that system, we're able to send out newsletters. We're able to send out, you know, listings automated by the system. So got your database set up, especially when you're new, and then that will be so much easier and your future self will thank you for being able to keep the database since day one. Attend networking events. Networking event can be realtor event, investment events. That's how you're gonna connect with other investors. A lot of the investors, surprisingly, they may not happy with the realtor that they're working with. Or you may think that investor are gonna have their real estate license, but a lot of investors, they really don't want to get involved into dealing on a transaction. They prefer to have a real estate agent. So if you go into those investor-friendly events, you will be able to connect and build your client base from that way. Another way that I feel like is working for me is I always try to educate and add values to other people that I'm talking to. So don't be afraid to over-educate through your regular meeting. So for example, if our friends are meeting up at a poker table or just, hanging out at picking up my kid from school, I'm gonna find a way how I can somewhat bring in some knowledge that I have when it comes to real estate related topics, just so that person that I'm talking to start feeling like, oh, May is doing real estate. She really know what she is doing. And, that could start building the trust and build up the relationship that we have. A lot of people right now, they are still asking about how the market is, what is the interest rate, is there any new builder in the area? Have you heard of assumable loans? Or I can just bring in a story that I'm going to close this deal for this client and the interest rate is 2.75. How was that possible in this today market? And that's create curiosity, and that create different doors that they're gonna start thinking and remember of you whenever they need help or they know somebody that need help when it comes to buying and selling. So don't be afraid to over-educate and connect with people, showcase your knowledge when it comes to your real estate. All right, very strong lead generation that I build my business on is social media. Everybody's talking about social media. Are you on social media? If somebody Google you, are you gonna popping up? So it's important to create your own brand when it comes to social media. If you're able to choose your theme or your color, that's what I personally want to do for this year, that coming up with my own brand and associate with a certain colors that when somebody looking at right away, they're gonna think of you. Are you naturally remind your sphere of influence that you are their trusted real estate agents? When it comes to naturally remind, I see this coming from my new agents because they can be like, so excited, I got my business card, I am real estate licensed now. Are you looking to buy or sell? Here, use me, work with me. For me, that's a little bit too direct. And the next thing is like people are gonna say, oh, there's another real estate agent in town. How cool is that, But how you naturally remind them that you are real estate agents, here and there, I think it would be better. It's indirect, but it's less salesy and less forceful when it comes to building the relationship. Again, it's more important than just, I am a real estate agent, work with me, because keep in mind, there's a lot of real estate agents in our market. Be educational and always create engagement. So when you post something online, sorry. When you post something online or on your social media, try to again add values to your audience. Be educational. Share things that for you as a real estate agent, and you've been working in real estate for maybe 1 year, 2 years. Option period is maybe something that you're already familiar, but for another first-time home buyer, they have no idea what option period is. So if you just post something that it seems to be basic from you, but it's totally brand new to someone that's looking to buy, that information is going to be very, very helpful, because is very educational, and it's gonna help you create engagement, because when people listen or when people look at your share, they feel that they learn something, and slowly they're gonna start building that trust in you. Social media can be huge. It's Facebook, TikTok, so many ways, so many platforms, but I would encourage you to pick your top 3 and focus to be on those. And you can always use your resource on one platform and share it in multiple forms. So for me, I focus on Facebook, Instagram, Google, and that's my top 3. And then for this year, I'm gonna start on YouTube, because I feel like videos is the new way to get people attention. Share your clients' reviews. Again, you have to build the image of you as a trusted real estate agent. So one word sharing from your client is worth a lot more than 1,000 words saying from your own mouth. So if your client's happy with your service after each closing, it's a good habit to have to kind of use a way to ask for their review. Google is the easiest way to ask, because you don't have to have a particular listing. Rate My Agent is another platform that you can ask for client reviews. And of course, if you are on HAR, I would highly recommend you to become a platinum member. It doesn't cost much, but it's allow your clients to review you on HAR, and that will help you to build your brand and build trust on any of the real estate agent, any of the potential lead clients coming in. Because even for you, if you thinking of what have for dinner, you're gonna Google first, right? You're gonna read reviews. So people are buying and making one of the most expensive, biggest transaction in their life. They're buying their own house. Of course, they're gonna Google. They're gonna search and see who you are, and are you winning, are you knowing what you're doing right now. So of course they're gonna Google you. And if you're not coming up with good reviews, and if you too quiet, they don't even know if you are still doing real estate. So that's the listing that you want a potential lead to see. Video marketing, like I mentioned earlier, is another way. So it can be intimidating, but at least just try this. This is how I did it. I'm gonna come up with a short script. Let's say, going back to my example of option period, what is it and how important it is in your transaction? Write out a script, practice it, and then bring up the phone, just turn back the camera and record yourself. And because you record yourself, you can do it 100 times and pick one that you feel like the most comfortable with and just post it. Because you can feel like, oh, I don't like my voice, I don't like my face, it's so weird. But if you don't post that video, there's not gonna be any videos out there. And video creates so much engagement later on when it comes to the real connection with your sphere of influence. So this is, I gotta make sure that I'm gonna be on Facebook, on the business page, on my Instagram, and then on my Google, the contents, what I'm gonna share, how do I keep up with my social media, making sure that, when somebody scrolling on social media every day, they're gonna see something that related to me and related to real estate. I can post customer review, I can post just close, I can post new listing, and this doesn't even have to be your listing. This flyer is a year-end big sale from Coventry Homes. So a lot of free material contents that are already there. I try to be more about the community, a community leader as well, that I'm gonna share what will be some of the events coming up in your area. And then the next thing, people are gonna start, follow you, or they're gonna ask you, what is it? And that create conversation, engagement, and that's more important. So when it comes to content, there's so many of them. And you can use Canvas to come up with these, layers or designs is already there. You just have to plug in your photos and the information. Keep it fun. And video is my new focus for this year. As you can see, the video that have almost 1,000 views on Facebook is just about option period. And it's just a 30-second or a minute, just saying about what is option period. And the other one is just, on Instagram, and it's also hit almost 1,000 views. And that just kind of build your engagement and build your potential clients pipeline. So I'm gonna share about what would be the rental market. This video I record myself just after me reading the article from AJR about rental market updates. So you don't even have to come up with the content. The content is there. It's in the article. And basically I'm just reading of it. And I already have the video that I can post it on multiple of my platforms. So the thing is, for this year, I'm gonna put my goal or my task for, let's say, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, that I'm gonna post a video. And I'm just gonna check off the list down the road, make sure that I do that when the time comes. Not because my son got sick that I forgot to do it, or I'm running around too tired, I got sick, and I'm not gonna do it. So again, being consistent and focused is very important. A few more ways for you to generate your own lead would be, of course, host your open house. And just quickly touch base on how to host a successful open house is that when somebody open the door and coming in, keep in mind that it's just not another cell. It's another person coming in, and you want to build that engagement or build that relationship. So try to listen more and forget about trying to sell that house, because when they come in, they know, oh, this one is the 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom in, let's say, single range, Katie. So what you're gonna do is you'll say, hey, what bring you here? Start out with very simple, natural engagement questions. And then from there, you're gonna find the opportunity to connect with them. Find out what they're looking for. Is this something, are you looking for similar property, one story like this one in the area? And then did you choose single range because of the school zone? Because I know single range high school is amazing. So you come up with unexpected information that, when a person coming in, they do not expect you to ask those questions, and listen more and notice what they're looking for. Some people coming in will say, oh yeah, me and my husband and my newborn are looking to move. So you know that, oh, these people, they're looking for a little larger space, and you start taking note in your mind. And then how you let them tours around the house, let them have their own space and set up, following them around and say, oh, this is a bathroom, oh, this is the kitchen. Just forget about the house itself. They can look around first, and then you can say, I am here. You can wait in the kitchen for them to come back and say, I am here for any questions that you have. And then come up with the questions that they don't see. For example, the age of the roof, the age of the AC, the area, the school, and then try to find a way. Oh, I have a flyers. One way that really worked for me of how I can get the real information of the person coming in is that I'm gonna bring my phone. I have a flyer of my open house, and I'm gonna say, oh, I have a flyer. Do you want me to text a flyer with all the information about the area, about this house to you? I can do it right now. And then the person gonna say, oh, okay, sure. And then in that way, you make sure that you get the right number, because when people checking in at open house, they can get, a lot of, information on there that's not accurate. So, and the most important would be the phone number. And then find a way towards the end of the open house. Maybe you can stop them, maybe in the living room, and pull up your AJR app and find similar listing in the area. And and then you can be like, oh, they also another 2-story with a very similar floor plan just down the road. I can show you really quick, and you can start showing them on your phone and say, oh, if you want to see this one, I can definitely schedule and show you maybe in 1 hour or maybe tomorrow if you have time. So just try to find a way how you can set up the next appointment and help you with your follow-up part. So after that, you're gonna be able to at least, if that person is very serious about buying, they gonna feel like, oh, I do want to see some other similar listing in the area. And I did have a few closing that I do in that way. All right. And then don't forget to follow up after each lead that you have from the open house. And the best way that follow up is to text their message right away after the open house, and also plug them in KV Core, set up similar listing, and then just let KV Core take care of their part, sending out listing in that way. Another way, if I could encourage everyone to do, is to do neighborhood farming when you do the open house. So for example, if you are already at the open house, you have the flyer in your hand, go ahead and knock 10 doors to your left and 10 doors to your right. And Kim, one of our amazing leader at Team Legacy, were able to share before that, just knock on the door and share with them, I have a flyer coming up in my open house. You want to come see it? And find a way to bring them to the open house, or to share your contact. That could be your next client as well. So now as we get into some of the pay method when it comes to lead generation, these are something that I try and I see that could be working as well. That would be Facebook ad. You can boost any of your listing on or your posts on your business page, and that could create engagement, and that kind of bring up and remind your friends, your followers on your Facebook that, again, you are a real estate agent. Property boost is another thing that if I have a listing, I will post it, and KV Core will guarantee that it's gonna bring you at least 5-10 leads for each of your run. And the ad gonna look something similar to the here. And when the lead click on that link, KV Core gonna automatically capture the information when it comes to at least their name and their phone number. If the lead is willing to put the email in there as well, then you capture all three, which are the most important way to get in touch with a certain lead. It's very easy to get started, and you don't have to have your own listing to boost it. You can boost any of the listing. You can boost your any of the listing under your brokerage, or you can ask for permission if that you're not in the same brokerage, and you can still run their listing. And then this is gonna automatically link it to your personal website, which is also free if you're part of EXP and have KV Core set up. Newsletter, a lot of lead generation company, they doing newsletter, and that could be very helpful as well. For example, when it comes to sharing, I know he sent out top 10 investment properties to his clients base, to his database, and that could be like a good reminder, like, hey, I'm watching out for investment deal every day. If you're looking for investment, I'll be the guy to go for. So newsletter is working as well. Just to make sure that you find a way that you finish up the newsletter in the shortest way possible, because you don't want to sit on your desk for your whole day working on your newsletter, and that could go into somebody's junk mail. So open up keep different pillars of lead generation, but just don't try to be mindful of how much time you put on certain things as well. Based on the revenues program here at EXP, we, as long as you got, of course, there are a lot of trainings offered on these particular certificate or program offered by EXP, you just gotta be certified, and you will be able to receive lead from those program. There's a split, but it's a good way to build your client base. All right. And that would be my wrap up for today trainings. I think we ended at the right time. My information is here, and I'd love to connect with everyone. And if you have additional questions, I'd love to hear them as well. And one last thing that I want to remind everyone is like, you can be so excited about changing yourself or building your business. But one thing you have to keep in mind is like, it's really hard for us to change if we don't change our atmosphere or our environment. Just like if you want to get your vitamins, you cannot put your vitamins in your cabinets and expect you to build the habit of taking your vitamins. So if you are at the brokerage or the team that feel lack of support, or you don't feel like you're growing in your current environment, then try to look out and connect yourself with maybe other like-minded people, a network who have the mindset of growing and continue to look out for way to improve themselves, educate themselves all the time. If you want to build your investment portfolio, then connect with more investment mindset people. In that way, you're gonna surround yourself with the right people, and in that way you just cannot not to change. And in order to change, you will grow. And that would be very basic of how you can implement and apply what you maybe you heard today. You may find it helpful, and hopefully it can bring something new in your business, and you will be able to make 2024 one of your best year ever in your real estate career. But yeah, that will be the wrap for my today's sharing. I'd love to hear your feedback. So I'd love to do more of this in the futures. And as part of Team Legacy, we do the trainings every Tuesday as our production training every Tuesday at 10 a.m. to keep everyone accountable and keep everyone going, even in the freezing day as today. So yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your time listening to my sick voice. And hopefully everyone found something helpful from today's training.
Yeah, absolutely, May. Thank you so much for sharing your knowledge with us. Yep, just like you say, it's impossible to hang out with me and not buy an investment property. It is impossible to hang out with May and not close a deal or two, if not 10, if not 20, just because the environment that you are around, you are surrounded yourself. So thank you, May. I don't think we have any question. But I'm gonna have this recording. I'm gonna edit it a little bit, and then we're gonna put it, in our library. So that way, future agent, they can come and they can see this training. Right, video is one way for us to get yourself.
Yes. Thank you so much
Cool.
for everyone who's rooting for me on the comment section. I really appreciate you all. Shannon, Jessica, Amanda, the Russell team. Yay!
Yep.
Let's make my freeze day better.
All right. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Talk to you soon. See you on next week. Bye.
Bye.